All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 960 on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It is Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. That's where Brandy gives you those techniques, those skills that pays the bills, that helps you get that pass notice, because sometimes we just got to have an extra little technique. We got to have a little, tactic in our arsenal, a little way to get through those questions that maybe we could get right, that we didn't know we could get right without even content. Brandy's going to be showing you how to do that. If you haven't checked her out on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, we've got all kinds of stuff going on where you could see her work those questions. And subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification. My name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz, but you're not here for me. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, Series 65, and her Series 7, which makes her more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know, so that way you too can get a pass notice and have a fantastic fall. See what I did there?
I see that.
See
I
that.
was like, fall? We're gonna fall?
We're gonna have a fantastic fall. Fall is coming.
Yeah.
Not to the West Coast at all. Well, maybe not Southern California and the Southwest. Not at all. It is going to be summer continued until I think February. We might get fall, and then it'll be back to summer again. We get 2 seasons, summer and part of fall. That's it. But you're here for the weather report. No, you're here to get this thing done. And we like to say thank you all that have been reaching out, and also those who've been spreading the word of Kona, getting, wanting to have Kona in their office, saying, hey, I wish they were here in our office. I wish you guys could come out and do this, or I wish you guys could reach out to my manager, my office manager. Please do that. That's great, because that's how we do advertising. I don't know if it's the smartest marketing plan, but we rely on our students to use the word of mouth. I feel like it's, if you got, like Vidal Sassoon used to say, if you don't look good, we don't look good. So I kind of try to keep it that way. We want to try to keep our students looking good, and if they do, we assume that they're going to spread the word, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it's the highest form of flattery.
Is it flattery? Anyways, thank you all for being here. You could have been anywhere else, but you're deciding to be here, and that's what it is. It's all about consistency. It's all about getting this thing done. And I usually have some words of wisdom to say, but let me tell you, we got a pastor today who wrote a story, a saga, if you will. So I want to make sure I have enough time to get through that. And so we're going to go ahead and just get to it, Brandy. Let's get to the commercial. I looked over, I'm like, oh boy. I'm glad I was good at reading out loud when I was a kid. Because he left a minute to write. It was kind of funny because I was like, I always ask our pastors to write, what helped them pass, because I feel like it's legitimacy. Like when you go and see your pass notice up there and you see it in the Hall of Fame, you can see what helped them. And I don't rewrite whatever you guys put up on there. I sometimes correct your spelling if I know it's bad. If I don't, I honestly probably skipped over it too. But I try to make you guys look good with just correcting the spelling, but I keep the feels in there. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes people write,
Yeah.
I keep it all in there. And so I don't censor it, so it's all there. And I didn't cut his down at all, so it's all there. And it was funny because I was at the gym and I saw that he got back to me and he wrote, and it was like a little excerpt like this big. And I was like, oh wow, all right, cool, thanks. And he's like, wait, I'm not done. And then I look back and like a minute later, it's all, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, I'm going to keep my comments short on this post. He covered it all. All right. So
yes,
if you want to get your pass notice and you want to write me your saga, I'm not upset about it at all. Trust me, I'm not upset about it at all. I love it. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the thoughtfulness and the love. Don't get me wrong. Just caught me by surprise when I looked back and checked, and I was like, whoa. All right. So if you want to write us and you want to get onto the Hall of Fame, and more importantly, get your fully licensed going on, get onto our self-study. We also got a guided program. The guided program is winding down in the next 2 weeks. We always end the last week of the guided program, the Kona Academy, with exam mastery, showing you how to tie up all the loose ends, trying to show you how to apply all the things that you've been learning the last couple of weeks, and then going to get that, that exam, get that exam attempt in. You know what I mean? So because we've never liked it to where people, and this is what we do with the live sessions, whether you're doing the self-study or the guide, we have live sessions throughout the day. What we like to do is leave it open so people can get those loose ends tied. Like you can ask questions, figure out how to get this all to work. Like I'm not seeing it in the cubing, all this stuff. And Brandy shows you in those exam masteries, and you guys are allowed to ask, and all the different live sessions that we have, get in there, take advantage of it. And if you never had anything like that, trust me, you want to get in on it because you're not on your own. You're not left to like get a bunch of content over a weekend in a crash course or content dump, as I like to call it. And then you're like, they go take the exam. On what? Everything. Yeah, everything. 489 pages of it. Yes, everything. Did you learn it all over the weekend? Yeah. Well, hope you remember it. Test this on Tuesday. We don't like to do that. We like to make sure that you guys get enough help, and like, sometimes we might be overthinking things.
Right.
And sometimes it's not necessary to know everything.
No.
And I always give the example of Michelle.
Yeah.
She passed.
Yeah.
No clue how options were.
Yeah.
We had another person on, Maria.
Yes.
Remember her? Like you asked her, how options were in the Series 6, and she was like, I have no idea, Brandy. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Options 4. That's literally what she said.
It's Series 6. Just passed the SIE. And she goes, what are the options for? She's like, you just passed the SIE. She goes, yeah, but I
don't remember.
I just made the connections. I don't know how that works. What am I going to be, an options trader?
Yeah.
Exactly. No. Just need to get a pass notice. And that's what we're trying to teach you in there. So you want to get in on that 21-day plan or the academy, whatever it is, 951-290-3077. I will get back to you. Instagram, Telegram. We got the study guides available, SIE 663. Kona community guys, the pastor tonight, he is always on there. He's always doing a quiz or whatnot, trying to get his exams done. We got Gene in there. We got Tim in there. We got Olympia in there. We've got Sally. We got a lot of people on there. Michelle, a lot of people who've passed or getting ready to pass their exams, studying together. I know Kevin was checking it out the other night. I didn't see if he was on there tonight. But guys, we got people on there that are just wanting to get this thing done and to help you out. So you're not doing this alone. We got channels over there. We got all kinds of stuff. And you don't even know how that works. Guess what? If you can get on one of those Zoom or those study halls or whatever, I'm sure someone on there will guide you, and also on how to get through the Discord and how to use it. I know there's a lot of people on here that are like, what's the Discord? It doesn't matter. Just get on there. It's a study tool. Yeah. That's all you need to know.
Yep.
And if you're older, you'd be like, your grandkids would be like, wow, you're so cool. You're on Discord. What? Can't believe it.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's like, wow.
You're,
I don't know anymore. Bussin'. That's bussin'. I don't know what bussin' means. I don't know why bussin' came up or how that works, but I just hear the kids say it. That's really bussin'. I'm like, bussin' wasn't cool when I was a kid. It was the opposite of cool.
Yeah.
You take the bus? Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, we got a whole thing going on tomorrow. We got the academy, we got the 63, we got 26ers all meeting up, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. We got 11 a.m. for the 63, 26 live, 12 p.m. Pacific. Make sure that you check your time zones. Make sure you check the email that already went out earlier today with the reminder, your access, and all that great stuff. Make sure to get in on that tomorrow if you are a member. All right, like I said earlier, when they send me a picture and they let me know, guess what, Brandy?
Yeah. I
add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame because we got a passer. Yes, we do. We go to passer. He called it last night. He said, I will be back tomorrow.
Yep.
With my pass notice. He was almost like, what was that? MacArthur? Anyways, I was doing a history throw reference there. Anyways.
No. Sorry, babe. This one I don't know.
Different kinds of nerds. No, we'll get it. That's a hot reference if you know your World War II history. Anyways, back to it. Passers. Guys, got the 63 done. Fully licensed, ready to rock it. Guys, he's on it. He's consistent. Congratulations to Eric on getting the Series 63. He's not just playing Dungeons and Dragons. He's studying. He's getting it done. He's got it all. What did Eric have to say? Let me take a drink of my beverage real quick. He said, this morning, I prayed when I woke up. I listened to a PMA video as I was eating breakfast. I shaved after forgetting to do it the last week. Important notes. Because I was studying so much. I felt good and I was looking good. I was ready to beat this exam. I got to the testing center. I prayed before I walked into the building. I prayed before I walked into the room. I prayed as I clicked start test. What helped me pass this time around? I stayed consistent the week leading to the exam. I quizzed, I watched videos, I drilled the areas I was struggling on. I did my why wrongs and my why rights. And most importantly, I trusted my gut. The answer was right there. I just had to click it. Studying with others on the Discord has been a great resource. Not only are we helping each other, helping one another learn the techniques and the content, but we are holding each other accountable to studying. Thank you, Andy and Brandy, for always encouraging me to keep going. Just focus on the words on the screen and telling me to stop thinking. As I took that exam today, I wasn't really thinking at all. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect, by the way.
Yes.
Saw the words I needed to, clicked it, and moved on. Onward to financial. Onward to financial. I don't know. I think he left something out there. I needed to clicked it, and moved on onward to, I'm guessing. That was it. Financial. I don't know. Anyways, onward and upward. Congratulations to you, Eric. I didn't read the last part of it. I should have read that last sentence to ask you what that meant. But congratulations on getting this done. I'm assuming you are going to be getting onto your financial expertise. You're getting your fully licensed. You're going to be moving on to helping out the community. And more importantly, you're going to get that Series 65 because you're that kind of guy. Yeah, I can't wait to say that you're going to get your investment license because I know that's what's coming next. A Series 65. What do you want to say about Eric? I've talked enough about Eric tonight.
I know
he's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. He takes my beatings all the time.
He does.
He does.
He really
he knows it's in good
does.
fun.
In all seriousness, he had posted a bunch of questions the other day, last week when he was in his focus mode. And I did tell him, I said, hey, I know you can't be on the live session, but send it anyways, and we'll make a video for it. He took that video and he watched it and he got a 91% in that same section. Like if I have to say, out of all of this, he was the most coachable over the last couple weeks. He was in on it. He was asking questions. He was there when he could. He's always participating in the chat. And it's been a pleasure.
Onward to financial freedom. Andy left that part off. That was my fault. But yeah, onward to financial freedom. True that. Let's get this thing done. And yes, Eric, the hardest part for him was thinking.
Yes.
And
stop thinking.
Exactly. When I mean thinking is the ability to not think.
Yes.
Turn it classic off. Overthinker, classic overreader, classic way too much thought into it. And literally what was the turning point for him, I can tell you right from the beginning when he started the SIE journey all the way to the 63, it was literally has been the struggle of really not trying to think. It just going with what was on the screen.
Truth.
And a lot of you, that is the struggle within. It is just going, did they just put the answer in the question? I think they did.
And that is my theme tonight, by the way.
What a segue. It is almost like we worked on this together. And that's leading us to Test Taking Techniques Tuesday, guys. And talking about Eric, it is literally what we worked on with him and what he's been working on by himself independently, because as much as we say it, much as we do videos on it, much as he asked questions and we told him, he had to do and put the work in with himself personally on those quizzes and really catch himself. And being in a group setting, I feel, was the turning point also for Eric.
Yes.
Was being in the group and people saying, Eric, thinking too much, or Eric, I know Sally used to tell him all the time, Eric,
yes.
Just click it. Eric, oh my gosh, stop thinking, click it. Eric, stop, please, click it. Eric, click B. Oh my gosh, be quiet, click. I know I've heard it, I've seen it. She told me to. Guys, how do we do that? Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. We're going to go right into it. Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. It is the ability, it is a skill set. It is sometimes reading those questions, those answers, as Brandy's going to go through them tonight. She's going to show you how she does it, which is looking for the clues, observing it, and then just clicking it. And sometimes it's not even the content. It's not overthinking it. It's just literally looking at the question and going, did they just say that? And going, yeah, they did. Let me click it. Guys, it is one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, and one of the things that I noticed tonight is that when I was pulling the questions, and it's like you would think I'd be more conscious of this, because hello, I invented this. But the thing is that I was thinking back to when I was studying, and we're forgetting common sense. We're forgetting that these words have meaning outside of securities. We're forgetting that we know a lot of this, but when we're approaching a very common question with content first, because we're so locked into needing to know this foreign content that we're learning, that we're forgetting to look at all of the other words. And that's what we're going to practice tonight. All right.
We got rules to test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from. It's irrelevant. As Brandy just told you what she's going to be looking at. It doesn't matter if it's your high school chemistry multiple choice exam. It doesn't matter if it is a bartending license exam, as Eric passed that this year too.
Yes, he did.
Test taking techniques, guys. Just pay attention to those skill sets she's trying to teach you, apply them. And how do we get good at it? Well, you just got to practice it. After you're done, here's rule number 2. Take a 10-question flash quiz. Doesn't matter what unit, section, area, function, whatever they call it. Just do 10 questions, 10 minutes. Doesn't matter if you just started. Doesn't matter if you didn't even read it yet. Doesn't matter if you even done anything yet. Start learning how to do these techniques. Start learning how to observe the answers, observe the questions, look for those keywords, make those connections. Might surprise yourself after all.
Yes.
And more times than not, guys, I get people who get better scores when they're not thinking when they do a flash quiz than they've ever gotten before, because they were like, wow, I guess I really do need to think less.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Exactly.
Yes, you do.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So for instance, I have the discount to par. So when I look at this, guys, and we can look at this at first glance and we see that there's a lot of similar words. There's a lot of similar words up there. So I'm just going to read down and I'm going to go discount, discount, premium, premium, right? So right away, the discount and the discount, and then the premium and the premium, right? So probably the answer is going to be, in there somewhere. Then I'm going to read the end. Okay. Then I'm going to look at the end and it says capital gain at maturity, interest received at maturity, dividends received at maturity, or interest received, hold up, interest received, interest received. So now I'm looking at this. These two are mentioning interest. Bum, 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 bum. And these two mentioned discount. So I believe that the answer is B.
It's a double dip.
It's the double dip. It's like, this is what I want to say. Just looking at the words.
Did you see that 2 answers, they started off the same, so you made those 2 circles.
Mhm.
Then 2 answers ended the same, so
Mhm.
you made those circles.
Right.
And literally, she just counted which one had the most circles, and that was the reason why we clicked it.
Yeah.
Did you hear any content on there? These are simple observations in the way these were written out. Guys, if you don't think this works on the exam, contact Eric right now. Send him a message. Ask him.
And then there's our question, and it's correct.
Yeah. And most of you would have totally fumbled that because you would have been like, oh my gosh, math, numbers.
Right.
Let me figure out what T-bill is.
Right. Now I'm just gonna do this just for this one question. We have some people, some of our members who go, but how do you know what the keywords are?
Right. Or how do you have the courage to click on that?
First of all, let me just speak to your question first. How do you have the courage? Nothing's gonna happen. If I'm right, I'm gonna learn. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna learn. Nothing's gonna happen in my quiz if I'm wrong. Nothing.
Exactly what Eric said. I do my
again.
why rights and my why wrong.
I just do it again, right? So what I'm gonna do, guys,
Otro vez in Spanish.
is a T-bill is bought at a discount, and I received my interest at maturity. everything, those 3 things that I highlighted, that's what you need to know from this question that you didn't even read or answer with content.
And if you don't know that, put it on a card. Write it down.
Write it down.
Put that in your brain.
Exactly.
3 things to remember. We're not asking you to memorize a whole paragraph, a book,
No.
whole thing.
No.
That's it. That's all those how those work. That's
Guys,
it.
don't even write those numbers.
Don't
That's
write
how much.
numbers. Do you know why? Because on the real exam, it'll be different numbers anyway. So what are
Exactly.
you putting that in the memory for?
Yeah, so don't do that. All right. Mortgage bond, a negotiable CD, commercial paper, prime paper. So, this is what I know people are going to do. Well, that's paper and that's paper.
And that's paper. So it must be one of those 2.
Right?
Yeah, that's the way to do.
Okay. But I'm going to go a little bit further and I'm going to go, that says mortgage bond. This says a negotiable CD. You know what, guys? Sometimes the word behind the word in front, the descriptor, I don't know what you want to call it,
Yeah.
adjective, whatever that grammar word is right there. But it's not just a bond, it's a mortgage bond. It's not just a CD, it's a negotiable CD.
Negotiable, like I can negotiate the price. I can
Yeah,
negotiate.
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's swap meet.
Yeah. It's not just paper, it's commercial paper. It's not just paper, it's prime paper.
Right.
Does that make sense? So you guys should look at these words.
Deion Sanders made that paper.
All right, guys. An unsecured promissory note issued by a bank that could be traded in the secondary market. All I really needed to know is this idea of trading in the secondary. That's not mortgage.
No.
That's not commercial.
Nope.
That's not prime.
Nah.
But I bet you we could do that. We can negotiate trade.
Like I said, swap meet, right? Swap meets are like today's trading post.
Yeah. Did you guys see that?
You guys didn't know that you can negotiate a little bit. It's like a yard sale in a building.
I didn't even see this.
I will not pay full price for that, Louis.
CD was the only one that had capital letters. Or what's that called? An acronym.
Yeah. And banks usually do CDs, don't they?
Yeah, banks do CDs.
There you go. So there's multiple reasons.
Exactly.
But there you go.
I've got class A. I have class C. I have nothing. No load. I love that. By the way, somebody in the chat put common sense activate.
Exactly.
I love it.
I like the comment before that.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah,
I felt like that came from the Bart.
Yeah, I like that one too. Class A, class C, no load, class B. This is the only one with no letter. No load, no letter. Am I right? Okay. Which type of shares allow the investor to buy and sell shares at a NAV and have 12B1 fee of less than or of 0.25% or less? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
It's got no letter.
No letter.
It's got...
No letter, no load.
Yeah, there's nothing to it.
I mean, or we could even do this. Another little simple connection. Like this would be a Monday night Kona catchphrase thing.
Mm-hmm.
If it's at NAV, it still has no load. If it's at NAV, there's no load to it. Because it's at.
If you don't know that, I would write it down.
Yeah.
At NAV, no load. See, this is another why did I get it right? Why did I get it wrong? There you go.
Yeah. Just having fun. Just having fun. Because I don't care.
I don't care. That's how we roll.
All right. The partner, there wouldn't be no, right?
There would be no effect.
The partner, there would be no effect. The partner may, the partner might.
Ooh.
Well, it says the partner may still. Okay, look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna go a little further. Still maintain no effect. Isn't that one and the same? Maintain and no effect. Kind of similar. Be removed. Get out of here. Or jeopardize. Jeopardize means put in jeopardy.
Yes.
That's how I used to make my flashcards in school.
Like the high school teacher asks you to put what is jeopardize? To put in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Solid definition there.
Exactly. Jeopardize the status, right? Put in danger.
Put in danger,
Ruin
it. Mess it up.
Somebody in the chat put sounds more serious. It does sound more serious. I feel like C sounds pretty drama. Like, bro,
You're removed. Like, what is this, Survivor?
I'm gonna get removed, and then the one sounds serious, right?
Yeah.
So I have two no effects. I have a dramatic and sound serious. Okay. So I went to the question and it says, what might happen? Ooh, hold on. I'm just gonna reach. Might happen if a limited partner begins making day-to-day decisions for the partnership. So they start to make decisions, it might put in danger your limited liability status.
It doesn't sound like you're limited liability if you're making all the choices.
Right. So the connection is you're beginning to do that. You might not be able to be limited anymore.
Doesn't sound like a good partner.
We went total on the vibe on this one.
Right.
Right.
I want a new car. All right. Here's your RAV. Wait, I didn't pick that.
We went and then instead of picking May, we went with the might because we don't see might very often. I know this will sound very weird. I know this is where this is going to start getting weird. We see may, we see can, we see could. It's very rare we see a might. So I'm going to pay attention to the fact that the question said might and D said might.
Guys, on the real exam, there's going to be keys like this too.
So weird. You know how I know these things? You know how you guys want to know the key to me noticing these things? Is I stopped reading and I stopped thinking and I started looking. I was so bored with taking so many quizzes. You heard all the licenses I have, right? I was so bored taking quizzes. I started going, I wonder if it's just might and might. Clicked on it. Boom. It was the answer.
We might see that in the next question.
Limited wait, did I skip one?
No.
Limited liability corporation, partnership, sole proprietor, corporation.
Sole proprietor.
I don't know. There's really nothing sticking out. Maybe A has
Partnership
3,
is 2, sole is 1.
2, 1, right?
Corporation's big company, limited liability. I don't do anything.
LLC.
Can't hold me accountable.
Right. Okay. A business that is owned by 2 or more people, get out of here, as an unincorporated.
So that takes out corporation. Just looking at the words and what they mean, not reading content at all. That's it. Guys, keep it easy. Keep it simple.
It's blue. Sorry. La, 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 la. Professional money. Stop. Professional money manager. Trustworthy. Fiduciary. Investment professional. Okay. Well, there's 2 professionals.
Yes, there is.
All right. Let's look at the question.
I'm trustworthy.
I'm trustworthy. All right. A person that manages assets for another.
Okay. That's going to go past trustworthy.
Well, maybe. But I got all. Ooh. Jenna says that B is not a security word.
So that's how I describe my dog.
Okay. And then, wait, we have an and. So we have to go further. Has a legal and moral obligation to act in the best interest of that other person is known as which of the following? Trustworthy. No. Legal and moral obligation speaks to not just a professional money manager, not to the investment professional, which seems odd to me, but no, it's this fiduciary thingy.
It is the definition to a fiduciary.
Because it's fun to say. Dude, seriously. I love it when some people go like this. This is my favorite thing. Who wants that fiduciary responsibility? Me, if I'm hiring you. If I'm hiring you to manage my money, I think I want this legal and moral obligation to act in the best interest of me. That's what I want.
Right. There's actually advertisements on Instagram, TikTok, and places where it says, do not buy or do not get an investment advisor because they have fiduciary responsibilities.
And you're like,
what?
Can you, okay, guys,
don't get the fiduciary responsible person, get the trustworthy one.
I'm going to say this. This is what I'm going to tell anybody who ever tells me that again. I'm going to say this because I actually had that happen. I'm going to say this. Can you please Google the word fiduciary? I'll spell it for you. FIDUCIARY. Just Google it. Now you tell me, do you want somebody that has that or not?
Correct.
That's all you have to do. There's no script to it, guys. Just say that.
Correct. Yes. I know big words got you confused there, pal, but let's clear it all up with the smartphone. All righty, everybody. We appreciate all of you being here. Congratulations to Eric.
Yes.
Fully licensed. We've seen it happen. We watched the kid crawl. Now look at him walk. He's doing good.
Yes, he
And
is.
but we're not done yet because he wants to learn how to run. He's gonna go get that investment advisor role.
Yes, he
And
is.
guess what?
Yeah.
More fiduciary responsibility.
He will have a fiduciary responsibility.
He already does. Now he passed.
That's true. Regulation best interest.
There you go.
Yo, yo.
That's what's up. Guys, but it has to be you.
Yes.
You have to put the work in. You have to have some of these skill sets. And you know what? Some of these skill sets aren't going to come easy. Sometimes you go and try this on your own and you're like, oh my gosh, it didn't work for me that way. Oh my gosh, it didn't da. Guys, it takes time. You got to learn how to do it. That's why we tell people it doesn't matter where you're at. Try it. Start learning it. Put them to use because the sooner you get it, the better and easier it's going to be in your studying preparation.
Yes.
You realize how much you don't need to know. If I just read and slow down the questions and look at the answers and what they're saying to me, I probably get it right.
Yep.
I'm going to give you guys a huge helpful helpful advice right now. The answer is always on the screen.
What?
It is. It's always on the screen. You just have to pick it. Yeah. Don't overcomplicate it. Make it happen. Tomorrow we are going to do what, Brandy, on the Studying Brew?
We'll do techniques.
We're going to do it again.
Heck yeah.
Brandy wants to do it again.
I like doing it. It's fun.
We did content last week. We're going to do techniques again. Same bat time, same bat channel. We got member stuff happening tomorrow, but nothing can happen if you don't stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. EMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you guys. Do these techniques in your flash quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.